Hey, what's up guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. And for this video, I'm going to be reacting to 5 crazy Craigslist stories. Now, I can only imagine what the fuck these stories are going to be like because Craigslist is a shady place. So, without any further ado, let's just get right on into the video.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Destry and welcome back to What the Fuck 5. Buying something online can either be a great experience or a fucking horrific one. Buy something off Amazon, it's usually a great experience and you get a new pristine item in just a few days. But sometimes you're like, man, I hope I get killed today trying to buy a broken and shit-stained copy of Call of Duty Black Ops for 4 crumpled $1 bills and a canister of meth. Well, in that case, there's Craigslist, where you can get practically anything for cheap with the added bonus of also getting a knife jabbed in your duodenum. So that's it guys for today's What the Fuck 5. We count down the 5 weirdest or scariest Craigslist stories of all time. Number 1. Marriage is one of the most sacred things that we have in life. That said, why the fuck would you hire a minister from Craigslist to officiate your wedding? Best case scenario, you'll get a guy who's only mildly addicted to heroin. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to... Well, unfortunately for a couple in Portland, Oregon, Sean and Kitty Sonnenschein, they decided that they would take the risk and not hire a normal-ass minister from a church, and instead hire a minister from Craigslist, Shay Riva Silviera, which sounds like the daughter of a voodoo priestess, to officiate it instead. And don't worry, the poor choices don't stop there, as instead of asking for normal-ass gifts from their 200-plus guests, the Sonnenscheins decided to ask all of their guests to instead give them gift cards to Home Depot. But now that I think about it, though, it's actually not a terrible idea, because normally the things that you get at weddings just suck bat cock, like, oh look, a gift from my Aunt Susie. What is it? Oh god. It's all natural tea tree oil lube. Makes your hoo-ha feel like an iceberg. Wow, just what I've always wanted. Oh look, another gift from my Grandma Ruth. Okay, is this just a single coin? Better, it's Aztec gold. Now you're cursed to be undead by Cortez. So while the Sonnenscheins did have a good idea with the gift card thing, it would appear as though only 3 guests out of the 200 that showed up got the memo, and at the end of the wedding, the Sonnenscheins just thought that they had the worst friends imaginable, when in fact the Craigslist minister was caught on camera putting most of them into her own bag and disappearing into the night like my homosexual thoughts. Wait, what? So the lady thought she got away with it, but then had to pay all $1,500 that she stole from the gift cards back to them, as well as pay a $900 restitution fee. Wow, real good job, bitch. What were you gonna do with stolen gift cards from Home Depot anyway? I could understand if they were from Taco Bell, because in that case, bitch, sign me up. But Home Depot? No. Number 2. Finding a cheap apartment where the landlord is not Satan is a hard thing to do. I remember the first apartment that I lived in was actually infested by hobo spiders. Yeah, I'll put a picture of those up right there if you've never seen one of those. But yeah, hobo spiders. And I tried to have them pay for an exterminator, but they refused me because, quote, you must have put the spiders in there. But you know what's worse than having hobo spiders in your house? Just regular hobos. As there's reported, a girl looking for a new apartment found an ad on Craigslist of a female college student looking for another female roommate. So the girl contacted the ad, they set up a meet time to look at the house, where she was greeted by a sign on the front door that says, use the back door. Okay, pretty weird, but go on. So the girl goes back there, she enters through the back door, and instead of meeting the alleged female college student, was greeted by a grungy asshole who said he was the landlord. Yo, sup, I'm the landlord? That's when the girl noticed that there wasn't any furniture in the house, which would have been weird if there actually was another female college student living there, and also that the front door was nailed shut. Okay, probably not good. That's when the landlord said that he wanted her to check out the rec room, which was in the basement. Oh, hell no, bitch. Get the fuck out of there. Luckily, the girl faked a phone call. Hey, Dad? Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that appointment, which is at right now o'clock for me to change my feet. Oh yeah, and also to get my herpes medicine and my AIDS medication. What, Dad? There's no such thing as AIDS medicine? Don't argue with me. This is why Mom cheats on you with the gardener. Sorry, goddamn. That's when she rushed to the car and called the police later that night, and it was discovered that the house had been foreclosed and abandoned, and that the landlord was really just a homeless dude who had moved in with aspirations for some hot young college booty. Look, man, I get it, but unfortunately, luring a girl into an abandoned house is not the way to do it. You have to do what normal people do and get to know someone, go on a couple of dates, and then maybe you get there. Or you could just get Tinder and swipe a few times and bang some girl in a random Denny's parking lot. That option does exist. I wouldn't know from experience. Number 3. It's easy to think from that last story that homeless dudes are all just the worst. Lord knows I've had my fair share of strange as fuck homeless dude experiences. Is this guy even the violently insisting drug dealer? Sup, you cunt! You little fatty ass wanna buy some crack? That's okay, I'm good. Get your ass back here before I rupture your tibia. You ever seen a homeless dude pee in in your exact direction with his dick fully out? No, I don't recommend it. However, in this next story, the homeless dude was actually the hero, as his testimony led to the arrest and capture of a guy who used Craigslist to organize a heist. Anthony Curcio, whose last name sounds like an unforgivable curse, was a former high school football star turned painkiller addict who took to Craigslist to organize a heist involving an armored truck, probably after watching Fast 5, where he got 10 day laborers who were just looking for normal jobs to help him with the crime. Where, as you probably could have guessed, they all had no idea what was happening until it was too late. Yo, what the fuck, man? This isn't painting a shed for a reasonable fee. I was promised tacos and back rubs, man. I thought I was a felony count of armed robbery. And as if the story couldn't get any worse, Curcio robbed the trucks, grabbed 2 bags of cash, and drove off into the sunset, not paying any of the workers for their parts. Wow, dick move. What's even better is apparently he had escaped in the most adorable fashion ever by hopping on an inner tube attached to the getaway boat piloted by a friend of Curcio.
Who does that?
He did what normal
What type of getaway car is
went
that?
to Las Vegas to spend his spoils on strippers, cocaine, gambling, and overpriced Gordon Ramsay burgers. In my dream version of events, he did all of those things on an inner tube as well. Wow, this is sick! Well, as I mentioned before, he was caught by a homeless man who had witnessed the robbery, as well as a testimony from all of the workers that he left high and dry who could all corroborate what he looked like. Yay! A homeless man saved the day! I don't get to say that often, so I'm gonna make a big deal out of it when I do. Well, Curcio eventually got out of prison, where apparently he makes his living now being a motivational speaker. If you're gonna rob a place and try to get away, make sure that you have more than one inner tube. That was my mistake. Number 4. Okay, so this one is just terrifying. So a 15-year-old girl was looking for work over the summer and decided to look on Craigslist, where she found a house cleaner job that looked reasonable and in the area. She talked to the house owner, James, who agreed to pick her up because she didn't have a car. Okay, my question so far is, if you're a parent, why would you just be like, all right, honey, you have fun getting in the car of a random strange guy you just met on the internet on the scariest site that there is. Be home at 7. Anyway, so she goes to this guy's house, cleans it, seems pretty normal. A couple nights later, she gets woken up in the middle of the night by a guy looking in her window. So by the time that her parents got back in the room after she had screamed and went to their room, he was gone. Despite this though, she didn't know that it was James, so she continued to clean his house. On one occasion, she stopped to go to the bathroom and found a pile of VHS tapes, and one of them had her name on it. Oh, hell no. So she then asked to go home, where James obliges but starts driving in the opposite direction. At a stoplight though, she was smart enough to get out and run away, calling her mom and police to come and get her. So then the police came and raided James' house, where they found the tapes, and on several of them were missing kids doing just terrible things. Yeah, I think this is a good story to end on. I really don't need to say anything here. I think my face will say everything that you need to know how I'm feeling.
Fucked up.
And finally, number 5. Easily the scariest shit ever. This next one involves a guy from Twin Falls, Idaho, hiring a couple of dudes from Craigslist to show up at their house and help his wife live out her bizarre rape fantasies. And while normally something like this would be considered normal on Craigslist, the reason it makes this list is because the wife had no idea that it was happening. So her husband just hired dudes to come and rape his wife. Like, what the fuck? Her husband had apparently talked to the 2 men on Craigslist posing as her and made instructions that the men should not stop no matter how much she resisted. So fucked up. Okay, yeah, so we've established that the husband is the worst human alive, but what actually happened? Well, apparently the 2 men showed up at the house, where she answered the door and they said, "I'm here for you," and grabbed her. Fortunately though, the story does have a silver lining in that the wife actually grabbed a gun and pulled it on the 2, forcing them to stop. But what's worse is that the husband tried to do the exact same thing 2 days later, like again, and this time he was caught and sent to jail. Good fucking lord, man. How do people this horrible exist? Like, here I am worrying that not seeing my friend for 2 days makes me a horrible person. Meanwhile, shit like this exists. Like, honestly, how does this guy fucking sleep at night? Fuck. Well, that's enough of that. That is it for this episode of What the Fuck 5. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe to this channel, as there will be more every single week. Also, I do apologize, my voice is going out right now, so if it sounds like I am a fucking frog, that would be that. What's up, bitches? But before my voice gives out, make sure to check out my channel at youtube.com/CaptainEstes. Got some pretty good shit there. There's some pretty mediocre videos, so love it. Oh yeah, bitch, I will. That's it, guys. I'll see you next time for another What the Fuck 5. Thanks for watching. Don't go on Craigslist, and fair winds.
I'm appalled by some of these stories, especially the very last one where like the guy was hiring guys to come rape his wife. Who in the fuck does that? I feel like you need like a mental hospital, like you need to go see a psychiatrist, like you need diagnosed, because that's really fucked up. But some of these stories were very funny, like the lady who stole the Home Depot cards. That was kind of funny. But some of them were just fucked up and like twisted. Like, I don't understand what goes through people's heads. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I got tons more videos coming for you guys, so hit that subscribe button and follow me on all of my social media down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.